What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Lena Joe here. Hope you're doing well today. Um, you always hear people talk about fear. They're afraid of commitment. They don't want to be hurt again. They have their past experiences, and because of that, it'll stop them from going forward. And I get that, but no one wants to be hurt. No one wants to be rejected. No one wants their emotions stomped on and shredded, and no one wants someone to take their heart out, stab the motherfucker, and hand it back like, okay, I'm done fucking with your heart. Here it is. But people need to stop lying to themselves saying they don't want a relationship. People need to stop lying to themselves saying that they don't want a commitment. People need to stop lying to themselves saying that they're happy where they're at, because it's doing nothing but hurting you. Now, I'm not saying people can't be happily single. I'm not saying that at all. I think if you are single, you should be happy with that. Be happy with yourself. But I'm just saying, for those who constantly lie to themselves because they say they're trying to protect themselves, and the only way to ever experience real happiness in a committed relationship is to be in a committed relationship. You have to take the risk, because that's what it is. That's what being in a relationship is. It's a risk. It's a risk of your emotions. It's a risk of your heart. It's a risk of your feelings. But even with all the hurt that I've been through in my past, I still feel like it's worth it. And not just because me and my husband is at a good place now, just that it's worth it. Because I don't give a fuck who you are. No one wants to die alone. Yes, people have become okay with it. People have said, you know what, fine, I've lived, then I'm good with this. And again, if you're truly happy that way, fine. But I personally don't feel like most of us want to die alone. And again, just because you're with someone, you still could be alone. You could be in a relationship and still be alone. So again, I'm not trying to make it seem like, everybody should be with somebody, and, you should rather be in a relationship than be by yourself. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying, if you know that you want a relationship, if you know that you want a commitment, quit lying to yourself. It does no good, because like I said, you can run from the shit, and you can take all of that, all of the things that you've been through in your past, and be like, because of those things, I refuse to let anybody in. I refuse to let my guard down. But it's like, if what you really want is to be in a relationship, then how are you ever going to truly be happy? You have to go through certain things to build your character. You have to go through certain shit to know what it is you won't put up with. And I feel like when we go through experiences and we go through relationships, and they turn out bad, or we have these bad experiences, and we just hold on to them by, not moving forward in other relationships, then we're just holding ourselves back. And that means we haven't learned anything from it, and we're just basically sitting in it. Now, this person then went on with their life and doing whatever, but we still sitting back. It's motherfucking 5 years later, and it's still like, oh, hell no. Yeah, no, I refuse to. I'm good. I'm gonna be single. And again, if it's 5 years later and you've purged all that shit out your system, and you just in a place like, I'm good. Like, I'm just not ready. I'm not looking. Not that I'm running, or not that I don't want it. I do want it one day. I just don't want it right now. That's fine. But again, if you know it's what you want, then quit host. Especially if you got somebody there. To you men, if you have a woman that you've been spending time with, a woman that you know is good, a woman that you know loves you, a woman that you know has your back, a woman that you know that if it wasn't for what you went through, you would be committed to her. Same as women. If you have a man who is there for you, that has your back, that you know if it wasn't for what you went through, you would be with, don't put that shit on hold because of what you went through. Because one, this person that you're now with, they're not your ex. And again, you could get with this person and commit to this person, and you probably still gonna go through some shit. This person is still gonna probably do some shit to hurt you. Not necessarily intentionally, But that's just life. You can't fucking run from it. You just cannot run from it. So if you feel like staying single is your way of protecting you from hurt, I mean, okay, you're entitled to do whatever you want. I just don't like when I hear that. I don't like when I see that. I don't like I said, when I hear people say how, well, if this don't work, then that's it. I ain't never ever giving somebody. Again, I understand that shit. I've said shit myself. Like, if me and my husband don't work out, yeah, no, I don't think I'll be remarrying. But then I go back and forth with that, because it's like, if it don't work out, shit, I'm not gonna just not marry if I want to. However, this shit gonna work out. It better fucking work out. Okay. All right. Anywho, but no, seriously, I just feel like, we're doing an injustice to ourselves, because it's a lot of us who know what we want, and not only do we know what we want, but we have someone that we want to share with, and that person is being patient, because it's like you've expressed to them what you went through, and they understand it, and because they love you enough, they don't want to push you, away. But it's like, how long do you expect that person to wait while you get your shit together? Because as much as you may be saying it's not about my ex and I'm over them, it's like, well, what the fuck you holding on to then? Because if it's been X amount of months or years or whatever, and you saying that you love me, and you saying that you want to be with me, and you see I haven't done anything, to hurt you, then why we haven't taken this further? Then if that person decides to be like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna move on, then it's like, oh no, it's either then you run into them, because it's like, okay, I'm ready now. Or you mad and want to be like, see, that's why the fuck I didn't give the motherfucker my heart, because he just gonna bail. No, you can't then turn on him and say, that's why I didn't give you my heart, because look. No, you can't do that, especially if someone has been patient with you. Same thing with men. You can't then be like, oh, that bitch ain't shit because, she want to bail on me because I'm hurt. No, motherfucker, you don't get to waste my time for X amount of years when I've been sitting here holding you down, and I've been patient with your ass, and I ain't been on no dates. I ain't been seeing nobody, because I'm trying to be there for you, expecting that eventually we're going to get to this common place, just for you to keep saying, no, this ain't what I want. I'm scared. You gotta learn how to get over that. And again, I know situations are different. Some shit is like, it's just really hard depending on whatever happened. I've been through a lot of shit, so I know how, sometimes you think you over shit, and months beating past, and you be like, damn, it just hit you. But what I'm saying is, if it's been years and years and you still holding on to some past shit, you can't do that. Whether or not you dating someone else or not, just for yourself. Don't pigeonhole yourself because someone hurt you. That's just part of it. What you need to do is evaluate that relationship, see what the fuck happened. Try to understand what went wrong, not just on their part, but on your part too. How you can learn and grow from it. The shit you didn't like, the shit that you don't ever want to happen again. And then you apply that to your future. But you don't stay there and then guard your heart, just totally close it out, and don't let no one in. Don't let anyone in, because you afraid to get hurt. Life don't work like that. It just don't work like that. Like, just in general, it's so unhealthy, because a lot of times, like I said, we'll easily blame that person, what they did to you, what he did to me, what she did to me. And a lot of times, if you look back on the shit, there was a pattern there, and you knew this person was doing shit, but you kept forgiving them, or you kept making excuses for them. You kept taking them back. So then it becomes, it's not what they did to you, it's what you allowed them to do to you. Because once a motherfucker done showed you who they are, then So it ain't about what they did to you, it's about the shit that you allowed. So now you're mad at them because they told you they weren't gonna do the shit no more, when it's like, well, but they told you that 7 times. And I get it. It's like you wanted to believe them. You loved them. But you can't just take all that energy, be angry at them, sew all your feelings and your emotions up, and then just be like, fuck it, and then start treating people bad because, again, you're afraid to be hurt. You have every right to want to protect your feelings. You have every right to, not want to be hurt. You have every right to protect your heart and protect your emotions. But like I said, when years have passed and you're still in there, you really have not moved on. You may think you have, but you haven't. And you have to let that shit go. And also, just kind of piggybacking off what I just said, when a motherfucker shows you who they are, you need to believe their asses. That's male or female. But especially for us women, because we got this thing where we feel like we're going to be that one. We're going to be that one to change him. We're going to be that one to make a difference. Just going off like some shit out. I was watching on Love and Hip Hop, and the motherfucker Rich Dollaz told Diamond, I'm a creep. I'm a creepy ass motherfucker. Her ass, don't say that. I hate when you say that. Don't call yourself a creep. No, bitch. Now, if you just want to get down, you have every right to say, look, I don't really give a damn what y'all. I know what I want here. Cool. Let it just be that. But how dare you try to form a relationship, and this is to anybody. Why you finna try to form a relationship when the motherfucker done told you who they are? They know who they are. Believe them, don't try to change. Your job is not to change anyone. Your job isn't isn't to try to mold someone into anyone. They are who they are. Yes, when two people fall in love and want to be together, there will be compromises and there will be sacrifices. But don't force nothing. And like I said, when a motherfucker, male or female, show you their true colors, believe that shit. Because you can't get mad at someone when they've shown you who they are. You can't get mad at someone when they told you who they are. Because again, now it's what you're allowing them to do. Period. So that's just a little bit I want to talk about. I don't want to go any further because I know I get real long-winded. So, alright, deuces.